Hi everyone, my name is William Cabral, and today I will be discussing Knowles' book, The Adult Learner, The Definitive Classic in Adult Education and Human Resource Development. I will be discussing two important influential thinkers. Throughout the history of education, several influential thinkers have shaped our understanding of learning. Jean Piaget and Carl Rogers are two such figures who have had a profound impact on our approach to education. Jean Piaget focused on cognition and the theory of instruction. He conceptualized the development of cognition and thought as occurring in evolutionary stages. According to Piaget, human behavior starts with the organization of sensory motor reactions and gradually becomes more intelligent as coordination between reactions to objects become more complex. Thinking becomes possible with the development of language and a new mental organization. Piaget identified three evolutionary periods of cognitive development. Between the ages of 2 to 8, the formation of symbolic or semiotic function happens. This is when the individual is able to identify symbols and link them to objects or events that are not yet recognizable. An example of this would be a child playing with, let's say, a toy cell phone. They're still able to picture the toy or make cell phone gestures with their hands, for example, even after the toy has been taken away from them. The formation of concrete mental operations happens between the ages of 7 to 12. At this stage, learners are able to use logical reasoning to classify and recognize items. An example of this would be how children classify money. A child who is at this stage would know that a single $5 bill is worth more than three $1 bills, whereas a younger child will think that three $1 bills is more because of the quantity. Lastly, the formation of conceptual thought or formal operations happens between ages 12 through adolescence. This is when children are able to think outside the box and think in an abstract manner, but are likely to still use logic. An example of this would be if students were asked to solve a riddle. Children who still need to use objects or draw pictures are still in the concrete stage, whereas children who can use thought are at this stage. On the other hand, Carl Rogers emphasized the importance of creating a supportive and nurturing learning environment that promotes the growth and self-actualization of individuals. Rogers believed in an innate drive towards self-actualization and proposed three core conditions necessary for effective learning and teaching. The first core condition is unconditional positive regard, where the teacher demonstrates acceptance, empathy, and his understanding towards the learner. The second condition is empathetic understanding, where the teacher strives to understand the learner's perspective. The third condition is realness or genuineness, where the teacher promotes authenticity and mutual respect. Rogers also provided guidelines for facilitators of learning to create an optimal learning climate, including informing learners for their purpose, providing access to resources, and sharing personal feelings while avoiding judgment of others. When comparing Piaget and Rogers' approach, we can identify areas of convergence and divergence. Both Piaget and Rogers emphasize the active role of the learner, the importance of creating a supportive environment, and the significance of the learner's experience and personal engagement. However, there are also areas that differ. Piaget's theory focuses on cognitive development and knowledge construction, while Rogers' approach centers on individual growth, self-actualization, and personal development. Additionally, andragogy proposed by Malcolm Knowles specifically addresses the unique characteristics and needs of adult learners, whereas Rogers' approach is applicable to learners of all ages. By considering these various approaches, educators can incorporate a range of strategies to support the diverse needs of student learners and foster an environment conducive to growth and development.